The Göktürks, Celestial Turks or Blue Turks, Old Turkic, Turek Baden, were a nomadic confederation of Turkic peoples in medieval Inner Asia. The Göktürks, under the leadership of Buman Khan and his sons, succeeded the Rouran Khaganate as the main power in the region and established the First Turkic Khaganate, one of several nomadic dynasties that would shape the future geolocation, culture, and dominant beliefs of Turkic peoples. The Göktürk rulers originated from the Ashina clan, who were first attested to in 439. The Book of Sui reports that in that year, on October 18, the Tuoba ruler Emperor Taiwu of northern Wei overthrew Huku Mujian of the northern Liang in eastern Gansu, whence 500 Ashina families fled northwest to the Rouran Khaganate in the vicinity of Gaocheng. According to the Book of Zhou and History of the Northern Dynasties, the Ashina clan was a component of the Xiongnu Confederation, specifically, the Northern Xiongnu tribes or Southern Xiongnu, who settled along the northern Chinese frontier, according to Edwin G. Pullyblank. However, this view is contested. Göktürks were also posited as having originated from an obscure Suo state MC, Sak, which was situated north of the Xiongnu and had been founded by the Sakas. According to the Book of Sui and the Tongyian, they were mixed Hu barbarians from Pingliang, now in Gansu, northwest China. Pointing to the Ashina's association with the northern tribes of the Xiongnu, some researchers e.g. Duan, Lung, etc. proposed that Göktürks belonged in particular to the Teal Confederation, likewise Xiongnu associated, by ancestral lineage. However, Li and Kuang state that Chinese sources do not describe the Ashina-led Göktürks as descending from the Dingaling or belonging to the Teal Confederation. The Göktürks reached their peak in late 6th century and began to invade the Sui dynasty of China. However, the war ended due to the division of Turkic nobles and their civil war for the throne of Khagan. With the support of Emperor Wen of Sui, Yami Khan won the competition. However, the Göktürk Empire was divided to Eastern and Western empires. Weakened by the civil war, Yami Khan declared allegiance to Sui dynasty. When Sui began to decline, Shibi Khagan began to assault its territory and even surrounded Emperor Yang of Sui in Siege of Yanmen, 615 AD, with 100,000 cavalry troops. After the collapse of Sui dynasty, the Göktürks intervened in the ensuing Chinese civil wars, providing support to the northeastern rebel Lu Haida against the rising Tang in 622 and 623. Lu enjoyed a long string of success but was finally routed by Li Shimin and other Tang generals and executed. The Tang dynasty was then established. Although the Göktürk Khaganate once provided support to the Tang dynasty in the early period of the civil war during the collapse of the Sui dynasty, the conflicts between the Göktürks and Tang finally broke out when Tang was gradually reunifying China proper. The Göktürks began to attack and raid the northern border of the Tang Empire and once marched their main force to Chang'an, the capital of Tang. Having not recovered from the civil war, the Tang briefly had to pay tribute to Göktürk nobles. Allied with tribes opposing the Göktürk Khaganate, the Tang defeated the main force of Göktürk army in Battle of Yinshan 4 years later and captured Ilig Khan in 630 AD. With the submission of the Turkic tribes, the Tang conquered the Mongolian plateau. Genomic studies revealed that the majority of Göktürks were characterized by East Asian-related ancestry, specifically Northeast Asian, Siberian ancestry. As such, they were genetically largely East Eurasian, physically and phenotypically mostly Mongoloid. Now let's look at the origins of the Göktürks and what peoples they form today. As can be seen here, the ancestors of the Göktürks were mostly Northeast Asian and Siberian tribes, but they had some Indo-European ancestry. Now let's take a look at which peoples are their ancestors today. Göktürks are partially ancestors of today's Turkic peoples and some Mongolian, Tungusic and Indo-European peoples. Now let's look at famous people who look like Göktürks today.